Yo guys, good that you're watching the video about customer service. In this video, I'm going to give you all the things that you need to create a good and stable customer service system. This is something in the backend, and the backend is really important because you can get a lot of money in, but if you can't manage the money to keep it in your business, then you will lose a lot of money and lose profit, and that's not something that we really would like to do. So really implement everything in this video so we have a good backend. First thing what you need to do, you need to create a business mail. We do this at Google G Suite and we create a Gmail there, just an official with domain registration. For example, the email, very simple. You do a info@yourshopname.com or a .nl. The second step that we need to do is we need to create a map in our Google Drive, for example, where we save all the most common customer questions, because you will receive a lot of customer questions and they're all the same most of the part. So we can automate this with templates. So when you know what the most common questions are, you can create a template for each question with ChatGPT. Very simple. So when somebody asks you that same question, you can just send them the automated email that you already have created in a template to them. Maybe fill in some credentials that are specific for every customer question, and then you will automate this really easily. And also later in the program, when you're hiring your first people and you have a good structure on which question you get and which answer the people need to reply to, is very good when you're hiring your first person for the customer service. Step 3. You're going to create a request. You're going to request the return address from your supplier and create a return form. Very simple. People are willing to return, and you need to have a return form from your supplier where the people can actually return the form to. It's not when somebody is requesting a return form that you already give them the return form directly, because point 4 refers, we're going to create funnels for return requests. Very simple. When somebody wants a return and you already give them the return form and make them return directly, that will cost you a lot of money. I give you a quick example. When you sold something for 60 euros, your cost of goods were 20 euros and you already spent 20 euros on ad spend. You have spent now 40 euros to really get the first sale in. But now when you're directly returning that order will cost you 100 euros because you got to give the 60 euros back to the customer. So it will cost you a lot of money to return customers. So what we want to do is we want to create funnels. First, we want to know how much, what the problem is when they request for a return. Maybe we can help them with a gift card or a resend. If they don't accept that, we want to offer them a 10% discount code and that they can keep the item. Maybe they will accept that. Later, we will send them, if they don't accept it, we will send them funnel 2, and that's like 25 to 30% discount. You really want to say here that that this is your last offer, you can't do anything else, and otherwise you need to return it, and the return costs are very high. So you really want to push that offer, and last but not least, you want to offer them like 50% discount, and that's the last thing what you can do, otherwise they can return the item. So in this way, you will really know, you really keep the money in your own company, because a lot of people accept the offers because sending something back to China is really expensive, and also it takes time, of course, and easy cashback is always nice, and that they can keep the item. Always very good to really solve the problem, of course, with your customer, but also be nice to yourself and try to push those funnels. That will be very nice. Keep your Gmail really organized. What I would recommend you to do is create tabs where you handle each funnel. So each funnel got its own tab. So when somebody replies, you already see the tag there standing, and maybe it's funnel 2. or you already know that's about funnel 2, and you can move it to funnel 3, for example, or you place it on accepted funnel 2. And then you have a very clear overview of how many customers have accepted funnel 1, how many customers accepted funnel 2, how many customers accepted funnel 3, etc., etc. This is how you really keep your Gmail organized. If you work with Klarna or PayPal, be very proactive, because with Klarna and PayPal you will get disputes, and disputes are like complaints that the people have, and they fill it into Klarna or PayPal, and they will let you know that there are complaints. And if you have too much complaints, Klarna or PayPal will terminate your cooperation with them, or they will hold your money. That's something that you really want to overcome. So if you're working with these two platforms, you really want to be proactive on the disputes. You have two kinds of disputes. You have non-response required and response required disputes. And they say the non-response required don't require a response, but this is really something where you want to be proactive in. Once you get a no response required dispute in your dashboard, you really want to take action directly. You want to contact the customer and try to solve the problem before the non-response required dispute becomes a required response dispute, because those are really taking heavy, and Klarna or PayPal want some extra information from you to send them to them. So really be proactive in this. So manage your supply chain very well, that all the orders will be sent out. Make sure that you check the no response required email always, and always check your customer emails that you will receive, and be very good with handling them when you're working with those platforms. Always make sure to solve the dispute before the dispute becomes a response required dispute, because then the customer can close the dispute and everything is all right. Also, disputes, when you lose them, they will cost extra money, so make sure to be proactive in it. Very important, create some sheets to keep track on which funnel they accept. You really want to have a clear overview on what funnel is accepted the most. And if you want to make changes in your funnels, you really see the improvements. For example, 20% of your people accept funnel 1, but you want to try to get it to 30%, and you change your email. You want to see the effect of how everything is going at that point. So you want to keep track of this. So create some sheets for yourself, probably in an Excel sheet is really handy to do. And always respond within 24 hours to your customers, so you will know that they will not open disputes as fast as possible, but you handle them quickly and nicely for your customers. That's really nice to do, and always good for your backend. So these were the 8 tips that you need to implement for your business, for your customer service journey. And let me know if you have any questions about them.